This is my products page, and I'm going to be honest with you, the copy isn't working. I'm going to rewrite every single line with AI on camera right now, but it's not going to be the AI you're used to. I'm giving it actual copywriting expertise from the likes of Harry Dry, Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozi, Peep Laja, people that have written copy that has generated millions of dollars. And the difference between what generic AI produces and what this is about to produce is absolutely insane. So let's take a look at the current page copy. Before we do any rewriting, let's take a look at what the page actually says so far. So we've got a headline at the top here of the page: stop searching, start knowing. Now, it sounds clever, but does that really tell you what Sumify does when you read those 4 words? No, not at all. And again, you're on the actual pods page of our website here, where we've got these incredible pods that you can tap into with Claude, ChatGPT, or inside of Sumify directly. Does that headline tell you that? No, it doesn't. So you've got no idea really what Sumify is from those 4 words. And you've got no idea what pods are at this point either. But this is the first thing you read on the page. So it's really important that this is improved. So if we carry on down here in the subheadline, your agents hallucinate from web noise. What does that actually mean? Well, again, I know what hallucinate means, and I know why that's written in that way, because AI can hallucinate and make things up. But most people hitting this page right now, whether they're marketers, business owners, or teachers, they don't really know what hallucinate means in the context of AI. So that line really doesn't mean anything. It's not clear at all. And as we scroll down the page further, obviously we've got the video in there for those that like to watch video, but it is a 6-minute video. So again, for those that like to scroll, you head down to the pod descriptions here. And this is the main focus of the entire page. Firstly, I feel it needs something here to actually introduce what these pods are, because at this point, we still don't really know what any of these pods actually are or what they're meant to do. And we've got a bunch of amazing looking pods here: build a memorable brand, Instagram marketing, health and longevity. And if we just read some of the descriptions, this pod delves into. These are AI generated descriptions from what's actually in the pod. But it doesn't really give you a good description of what you're going to learn. It just talks about what the pod covers, not what you're going to learn as an individual using Sumify and tapping into this pod knowledge. And then we go down to the bottom here and we've got the call to action. You already have the knowledge, it's just scattered. Again, it's attempting to be clever, but what does that really mean? Those YouTube videos you watch, the articles you bookmark, the voice notes you forgot about, drop them into a pod and they become a structured, queryable knowledge base. That's actually probably one of the most clearest lines on the page so far, and it's buried deep down the bottom of the page. Start building for free is our CTA on the button. Again, start building what for free? What is my main call to action on this page? Well, effectively, it's to use these pods. These pods, when you open them up, you can connect them into your library here, and you can start querying them with ChatGPT, Claude, or directly in Sumify with our AI chat. But again, this page doesn't really tell you that. So this is where we're currently at with the page. It's now time to jump into AI and actually have this rewritten. Okay, so inside Sumify, which is my tool, I've built a pod here at the bottom on landing page copywriting. So I've got a bunch of pods. Sumify allows you to build knowledge pods on whatever you want. You can add YouTube videos, voice notes, content, articles, PDFs, whatever, and you build pods around specific things. So I have one down here on landing page copywriting. Now, this has 10 YouTube videos in right now of over 10 hours worth of content. So you can add as much as you want, but that's what I've got in mind. So I've got some of the best copywriters on YouTube inside of this pod. Alex Catoni, we've got Russell Brunson, Neville Medora, Peep Laja, Russell Brunson again, Alex Hormozi. So we have lessons from all of these different copywriters, some really long pieces of content, short pieces of content inside of this pod. Now, the reason I'm using Sumify here is because inside of Claude, which is what I use every single day, and this works for ChatGPT too, you can hook Claude up to your Sumify pods. So when you're in AI every day, just like I'm in here, we can have Claude, in my case, tap into my knowledge pods that I build. So when I'm working with AI, it's going to work from content I want it to work from. So rather than generic prompting where I could come in here and give Claude a URL and say, go and rewrite this sales page or this landing page, it's going to just generically do that. I can actually give it real lessons, real expert knowledge from all of these copywriters, and I could add more, I could remove them, whatever you want to add for yourself. And it's going to work from those frameworks. It's going to work from those lessons, from that particular learning, if you will. So we get a far stronger result. Now check this out. So I've already pre-connected Claude to Sumify, and we do this via an MCP server, which is 60 seconds to set up. I'm not going to set it up in this video because, again, I want to just show you how powerful this is for rewriting landing pages with AI. But again, once you sign up for Sumify, just head over to your account page and there's instructions on how to do it. Now, as you can see here, I've just gone with this right away just to show you. So I want to rewrite the copy on my product landing page here. So it's our pods page. Query the landing page copy, write in pod, and visit this URL directly. And here's what I want to rewrite. Target audience, business owners and AI users who are not technical. So they don't know what hallucinate means. Obviously, I covered that earlier. In the AI context, they don't know what a pod is. Every line of the copy must make the value obvious without relying on insider terminology. Now, here's the thing. Confirm you've loaded the pod first and read the page. Before we start writing, I want to make sure that we're going to be working from expert frameworks and expert copywriters. I don't want this to be from training data. I don't want this to be from random data on the internet. I want these copywriters. I want the content I've got in here. I want to build my page around the lessons in 10 hours worth of this incredible content. So what we've got from Claude right away, as you can see, it's ready. So it's got it. Pod brief loaded. It's got my pod landing page copywriting. And experts in this pod: Harry Dry, Alex Catoni, Brunson, Hormozi, Jesse Forrest, Peep Laja, Neville Medora, and more. 10 sources, 621 minutes of content. So bang, we've got the content in there. Now, it's already pulled the framework. So key frameworks it's going to draw on: hook, story, offer from Russell Brunson, rule of one from Hormozi, Harry Dry's 3 rules, so what technique from Forrest, singular CTA, one action stated clearly above the fold. It's read the page, so I now know it's read my page. It's got all of the content. It's got what I'm flagging. So we're now ready to write some copy. So we're going to start with the hero, the headline, subheadline, CTA. That's what we're going to focus on first here. And here's my prompt that I've already got working. So searching the pod for the strongest techniques and principles for hero and above the fold copy. Apply whichever ones the experts in the pod recommend for this kind of section. And again, as you can see here, we are digging into Sumify. Here's the icon. It's searching that content right now. Now, what's important is I'm asking it to make the decisions for me. If you wanted Claude or ChatGPT, or you can do this inside Sumify as well, if you wanted to focus on a specific framework from a specific copywriter, so if I just wanted to focus on Russell Brunson's content, I could tell it that, and it will do. It will go and search that specifically. But what we're getting here is we're getting a mixture of them all. So here we go. So we've got 5 headline options built on specific expert and techniques from the pod. What if your AI already knew every expert you follow? If you compare that one to the current headline here, let's pop back over to the page here. Stop searching, start knowing. What does that tell you? But then you immediately read, what if your AI already knew every expert you follow? Immediately that grabs curiosity. You're thinking, well, that's interesting. What do you mean? Where does this lead? Why it fits. The headline contains zero jargon. AI is familiar. Experts is universal. We've then got more options here. 60 hours of expert content. Any question, instant answer. That is really strong as well. But those hours are going to increase because we add more pods to our pods page. So we would have to keep updating that. But that, again, really, really strong. Stop watching videos. Start getting answers. That's good as well. The experts already did the research. Now you can ask them anything. That's huge. Again, we've got a top pick here as well, which I like. So we are going to go with this one, but let's take a look at this one here. Everything the top experts know about your topic. Organizer. I don't like the way it's done that because it looks like it's like a sentence that needed to have been finished. And then it's written a subject line to go with it. We've gathered the best videos, podcasts, and books on the topics that matter to your business and trained AI on every word. Pick a collection, ask a question, and get a straight answer in seconds. No searching, no watching, no guesswork. That is so good. Like, compare that to the current page. Your agents hallucinate from web noise. Well, that's going to be changed up to, we've gathered the best videos, podcasts, books on topics that matter to your business and trained AI on every word. You know exactly what that means from that one sentence. So that's the hero done, headline done. So we are going to go with, the experts already did the research. Now you can ask them anything. With the subheadline, we've gathered the best videos, podcasts, books on these topics and trained AI on every word. Unbelievable start. Now we're going to move to the secondary section. Now rewrite the secondary section that appears below the hero. Current heading, you already have the knowledge, it's just scattered. Now, I want to show you something here because I'm going to change up our landing page. So what we've got right now is we've got this video, and then I want a section in here. For anyone that scrolls past this video, I want a section that basically further builds on what that new headline and subheadline is going to do. So here's what we've got for our secondary section. Let's wait for it to just search through the Summify content again. Here we go. Good. 3 targeted searches. Here's what the pod surfaced and how I've applied it. So it's now applying Russell Brunson's story. The story's job is emotional state change. Jesse Forrest, empathy first, then pivot. More Jesse Forrest and Harry Dry on visualize. Drop them in a pod. Queryable knowledge base. Both fail at this. So it's looking at the current copy. Again, putting this toward the frameworks and techniques in the pod and going, this is where the failure is. So let's take a look at what it's done now. So the rewrite, you already have the knowledge, it's just buried. So again, yes, like that. And then the body though, this is the bit I'm interested in. That video you watched at midnight and thought, I need to remember this. The podcast episode you half listened to on a walk. I've done that many a times. The article you bookmarked 2 years ago and haven't opened since. It's all valuable. It's just sitting in a dozen different places doing nothing. With Summify, you add any video, article or voice note to a topic collection. Just paste a link or upload a file. Summify reads it all. Then when you need something, you type a question in plain English. What comes back isn't a list of results to dig through. It's straight answer drawn from everything you've added. Your existing content finally works for you. That makes me want to go and sign up for Summify right now. And I'm a heavy user, obviously. But again, that is insane. And when we look at what's already down here, here's what this is compared to. Those YouTube videos you watch, the articles you bookmarked, the voice notes you forgot about, drop them into a pod and they become a structured, queryable knowledge base for you and your agents. It's too technical. What does that even mean? But I know exactly what this means. Summify's reading all of the content I'm dropping in there. I'm not losing any content I'm watching, and I'm able to get straight answers from it effectively instantly without having to dig through and read and watch all of that content. That works, and that immediately is going to level up that secondary section. Okay, so before writing, let me know what I have and don't need to research. So 3 pod searches plus the brief gave me everything I need to apply here. These are short form descriptions and the principles are consistent. What I'm applying across all 19. So it's going to apply the same rules, but it's not going to run researches because it doesn't need to, because it has the rules. They're simple description rewrites. So I'm just going to go from what I've already got, which is great. And again, it's still tapping into that pod knowledge. So if we look at like the email marketing one I referenced there, the pod delves into the strategic and creative aspects of email marketing, highlighting its immense ROI potential, etc. Here's the rewrite. Email is still the highest return channel in your business. Here's how to use it, from building your list to writing the sequences that turn readers into buyers. Incredible. Way better. The Mr. Beast Growth Playbook. This pod delves into the strategies and operational tactics behind one of YouTube's most successful creators. The rewrite. How Mr. Beast built the biggest channel on YouTube. The production decisions, team structure, and content bets that turn views into a business empire. That right there, if I'm, again, building a YouTube channel, which I am, I want to know that. So how did Mr. Beast turn his channel into one of the biggest on YouTube? And what are the production decisions? I actually want to know that. That's going to make me want to delve into that pod, not the pod delves into strategies and operational tactics. What does that even say? These rewrites are way, way better. So that leads us on to now our last part. So we now need to create a call to action for the bottom of the website. So for this one, we're just focusing in on the button. So we have start building for free. So this is at the bottom of the website here. I am going to add a little bit of content above it again, but this is the CTA. Again, we're going to move the secondary description, which it's taken from there. And we're going to pop that up here under the video because I feel it's going to be much stronger there. So let's see what it's come up with. Top one, get free access. And we've got, yes, show me the collections. And then we've got start exploring, it's free. So any of them are going to level up what's already there anyway. They're quite similar to the button, but again, these are now based off of actual techniques. So this is how you can use AI to rewrite landing page copy or create copy. And again, this isn't based off of what AI thinks it should do or what AI thinks it should write copy like. It's based off of actual experts. So if you've got a website or a landing page right now that sounds like every other landing page on the internet and doesn't really convert, here's your chance to change it. Don't let AI just rewrite it blind. Give it the expertise first, then let it rewrite. There's a link in the description to Sumify. You can start free. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can build your own knowledge pods with whatever content and expertise that you want, from YouTube content to articles to PDFs, anything you've got, drop it into your own pods, connect Claude or ChatGPT, and you have that expertise at hand. Or you can save a bunch of time, and the copywriting pod that you've seen on this particular video, you can actually access that for free. If you head over to our pods page right now, you'll find the copywriting pod on there and you can add it into your Sumify account. And again, connect your favorite AI tool and you can chat with that pod, that expertise that I've done on this video right away. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a ton of value out of it. Hit like if you did, I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.